Hello everybody. Today we will study about the bones and the joints that are included in the appendicular skeletal system. The bones of the lower limb that includes in the appendicular skeleton are femur, patella, tibia and fibula, tarsal, metatarsal and phalanges. Femur is the largest bone of the upper leg between the hip joint and the knee joint. The patella is the knee, also called the knee bone. It connects to the femur, to the lower leg bones. Tibia and fibula, the two bones of the lower leg. The tarsal, bones that makes up the ankle bones. And finally, the bones of the foot, that is metatarsal and phalanges. So, first the hip joint. The hip joint connects the thigh bone to the pelvic bone. It is a ball socket joint where the ball shaped head of the femur fits and rotates within this socket, which is called acetabulum. It is a cup shaped socket. The hip joint articulation involves the ball shaped head of the femur fitting into this cup shaped acetabulum of the pelvic bone. It is a highly stable and weight bearing joint and facilitates a wide range of movements, including walking, running, and various activities involving the lower limbs. Like the other, like the other synovial joints, the hip joint contains the synovial fluid that lubricates the joint surfaces and helps to reduce the friction during movements. The knee joint is a hinge joint that connects the high bone of femur to this shin bone, tibia, and the smaller bone in the lower leg, that is fibula. The knee joint is also a synovial joint that primarily involves the movements such as flexion and extension of the leg. The femur articulates with the tibia, this femur bone articulates with the tibia, forming the tibiofemoral joint. The patella, which is also called kneecap, sits in front of the joint and articulates with the femur bone, forming the patellofemoral joint. This knee joint is the largest joint in the human body and plays a crucial role in supporting the body weight and facilitating the movements and providing stability. The ankle joint, also known as talocrural joint, is a synovial joint that connects the leg with the foot. It allows for the movement such as dorsiflexion, that is the bending of the foot towards the shin, and plantar flexion, that is pointing the foot downward. The primary bones involved in the ankle joint are tibia, fibula, and talus. The tibia is the larger of the two longer bones. The medial malleolus is the bony prominence on the inner side of the ankle. The fibula is the smaller one. The lateral malleolus is the bony prominence on the outer side of the ankle. Talus is the bone that forms the lower part of the ankle joint, articulating with the tibia and fibula. The metatarsophalangeal joints, also known as metatarsophalangeal joints, are the joints found in foot between the metacarpal bones and the proximal phalanges. These joints plays a crucial role in the weight bearing, walking, and providing flexibility to the foot. The interphalangeal joints of the foot are the joints located between the phalanges, which are the bones of the toes. These joints plays a crucial role in toe movements, including the flexion and extension. Similar to the fingers, the toe all have both proximal and interphalangeal joints and the distal interphalangeal joints. The proximal interphalangeal joint is between the proximal and the mid phalanx, that is the first and second phalanges of the toe, and the distal interphalangeal joint, also called dip. This is located between the middle and the distal phalanges, that is between the second and third phalanges of the toe. In each toe, except for the big toe, there is a dip joint. The big toe or the hallux typically has two phalanges, that is proximal and distal. So it has only one interphalangeal joint. So unlike the uh, other toes, it lacks the pip and dip joints, that is proximal interphalangeal joint, and dip means distal interphalangeal joint. The interphalangeal joint of the big toe allows for bending and straightening movements.